واللي قريبة منا يعني بحكم أن إيطاليا دولة.
We try to make deals with companies from neighboring countries, but in a way that ensures our rights and Libya's development. We know that Italy is our closest neighbor, but it had a colonial history with us, and they didn't bring us the benefits that they should have brought in the past.
The Europeans care about their own interests first. They don't care about us. They only want oil and gas. But we need investments.
This is the policy of European countries like Italy and France. They blame each other in the media, but behind the scenes they agree on everything and just divide the wealth of African countries among themselves. European countries didn't help solve Libya's crisis, they made it even worse. They didn't support a true political solution, they only make statements and nothing else.
We don't want anything from the Italians. They should leave us alone. We have our educated young men and new companies about to be established soon. We want our youth to work in the oil and gas industry without any foreign intervention. We tell them, thank you, but stay away from us. We don't want anything from them. When you occupied us, you left nothing. And after all those years, they want us to think that they care about us? No.
It's Libya to the rescue. While Italy has replaced Russia with Algeria as its main energy supplier, it's now banking on Libya to boost gas supplies to Europe. It's just signed a landmark 25-year agreement that's considered the most important new investment in Libya's energy sector in decades.
Here is where Italy wants and can play an important role, also in order to help African countries to grow and become richer. A cooperation that does not want to be predatory, but wants to leave something to the nations.
Well, this cooperation may be short-lived because of Libya's political conflicts and rival factions where one man's signature means nothing to the other. The country has been split into governments in the east and west, but in this case, we're already seeing disagreements within just one side.
Activating the investment agreement is illegal and lacks parity between the Libyan and Italian sides.
This is the state of affairs in the country a decade after NATO's invasion was supposed to fix everything, where Italy played a significant role.
Italy has decided to increase the operational flexibility of its aircraft with targeted actions against specific military targets selected on Libyan territory, with the aim of helping to protect the Libyan civilian population. With this, in participating on an equal footing in Allied operations, Italy always remains within the limits established by the mandate of the operation and by the resolutions of the UN Security Council.
Italy had no problem doing business with Gaddafi before, becoming one of his largest arms suppliers and largest buyer of crude oil. All that stopped after the so-called intervention, which just happened to come after Gaddafi had proposed trade in oil for gold instead of dollars and raising taxes for foreign companies operating in Libya.
There is a conspiracy to control Libyan oil, to control the Libyan land, and to colonize Libya again. This is impossible, and we will fight until the last man and woman to defend Libya.
During the Western bombing campaign, Italy's foreign minister said that his country's energy giant, Eni, will have a #1 role in the future of the North African country. And on the day Tripoli fell, the New York Times had a headline ready. The scramble for access to Libya's oil wealth begins. And it did. The largest oil reserves in Africa were up for grabs, with sources on the ground reporting that some NATO countries even took some crude for free. And here we are now, in a new scramble, it seems, with countries talking about how much they want to help Africa, while, of course, helping themselves. Well, in Libya's case, we're seeing European support for the Tripoli-based government now. You know, the ones closer to the oil fields. Well, if history taught us anything, it's that today's friend might be tomorrow's enemy. We've seen what happens with those who don't play by the Western rules. The game is the same, and so are the players. And the prize is the natural resources at any cost.